Hey everyone, Brandon Quinn here, thanks for joining. In this video, we're going to play through the Hexakai daily puzzle from December 17th, which is going to be on a board of size 10 rated at ultra difficult. If you're new to Hexakai, you can think of it as a Sudoku-inspired game of hexagons, where we play on a diamond-shaped board comprised of, in this case, diagonals of 10 cells. The center row has 10 cells for a total of 100 cells across the board. And similar to Sudoku, each row has to have each value exactly once, but unlike Sudoku, we have two diagonals instead of one column, and each diagonal also has to have every value exactly once. If you want to try this board for yourself out first, I have a link below, or you can go to the website hexakai.com, or if you have an Android or iOS, get the app, then navigate to the daily puzzles and select today's puzzle from December 17th. So with that, let's get started. Typically, I like to solve the center row first or as early as possible, but that's going to be very difficult in this case because it's actually totally empty. So that is going to pose some difficulties for us down the line. So for now, I'm going to try to tackle maybe some of these diagonals that have 5 or more cells present, maybe along this direction instead, and then we can start to piece in the center cells and then proceed with the center row from there. So let's take a quick look. I'm seeing a lot of these have at least 5 cells present, such as this, not that one, this one. I was hoping for ones that maybe have 6 cells present, but I'm not seeing any. No, the top left one actually does. So I think I'll try starting with that one first. Typically, I don't like to do these edge diagonals because there's less information to work with on those, but given that there's 6 cells present, let's see if I can at least fill in 1 or 2 of those cells to help us with some of the other intersecting diagonals. So starting here, let's see what's missing. 2, 6, 8, and 9 are missing. 2, 6, 8, and 9. 6, 8, and 9 are present here, so this one automatically has to be a 2. I'm actually going to change the input to the unified menu so that I can see everything, the pencil markings, colors, and values all in one menu. That leaves 6, 8, and 9. So here I can see 6 and 9 are present, so this one has to be an 8. That leaves 6 and 9. There's a 6 there, making that one a 9, making this one here a 6. So fortunately, we were able to fill in everything. I was kind of skeptical on this board if we were going to be able to do that, so that's definitely a strong start, and we have our first value in the middle row. This one also has 6, actually, so I'm going to do that one next, and then we can tackle some of these intersecting diagonals for the values we just found. So this one next. 1, 3, 5, and 7 are missing. So there's a 1 and 3 here, making this one a 5 or a 7. We can't conclusively assign it, so I'll just put the pencil markings there. 1, 3, 5, 7. There's a 3 here. This one is a 1, 5, or 7. This one could be any of them. And this one can also be any of them. Yeah, it's definitely likely on this board we're going to solve the top half before we solve the bottom half. But it's still good to get those pencil markings in. That gives us something to work with as we make other assignments. I'm actually going to try this one next, since we can potentially assign at least these 2 cells, if not these 2. So 0, 1, 3, and 7 are missing. 0, 1, 3, 7. There's a 0 there, so that can be a 1, a 3, or a 7. 0, 3. This one can be a 1 or a 7. This one can be a 0, 1, or 3. And this one can be a 1 or a 3. So, unfortunately, nothing conclusive there, but that's alright. We can proceed with some of the other diagonals here. I'll do this one next. We're probably not going to be able to do a whole lot there, but there's 5 present already in that diagonal. I'm hoping I can at least assign this cell here, but let's see what we can do. 1, 3, 4, 8, 9 are missing. This one can be a 1, 3, or a 4. 1, 3, 4, 8 here. This one looks like a 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 8, 9. Right, because of that 4 there. And this one can be a 1, 8, or a 9. So nothing conclusive there either. There might be some potential to make some assignments here if I do this diagonal next. So I'm going to proceed with that. I'll also zoom in a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier for you to read. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 are missing. So this can be 1, 2, 4. Same thing here, 1, 3, 4, not exactly the same thing. And this one can be any of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Nothing conclusive there. There might be some potential here. This one also has 5 present, so 5 missing. 0, 3, 5, 7. I've missed one. 0, 2, 3, 5, 7. So this one can be 0, 3, 5. This one can be a 5 or a 7. All but 2 are present in the intersecting rows diagonals. This one can be a 2, 3, or a 7. This one can be any of them. And this one can also be any of them. No luck there, but I'm going to keep putting in the pencil markings. One strategy I can do is just put in all of the pencil markings and then try to do a value-centric elimination where I mark all of the potential places a certain value such as 5 can go in a blue color, and then I try to eliminate some of the possibilities based on triangles. I'll show you how that works if we get to that point, which I'm almost certain we will at some point. For now, I wanted to apply the same pencil marking strategy here. There's only 5 missing in that diagonal. 0, 3, 5, 6, 9 are missing. Oh, this one has to be 0 actually, because there's a 3, 5, 6, 9 there. And I can remove that pencil marking because we've made the assignment here, so that's also positive. 3, 5, 6, and 7. 5, 7, 3. So this one has to be a 6. That leaves 5, 3, 7, or I should say 3, 5, 7. I like to keep them in numerical order in my head when I do these things. So that's 3, 5, 7. Nothing to eliminate there. And nothing to eliminate here. 3, 5, 7. So we didn't get the whole thing, but we got 2, which is definitely nice to have. Now this top right diagonal only has 4 missing, thanks to that 0 we just found. So that might be the next logical place to proceed. So I'm going to need to do that. 1, 2, 4, 8. There's a 1 and a 2 here, so this is going to be a 4 or an 8. This one should be a 1, 2, 4. There's a 1, 2. Oh, this one has to be 8 actually. Right, because 1, 2, and 4. So I'm going to remove the 8 from here, which actually means we can definitely assign this as a 4, but I'm going to proceed by putting in the pencil markings here just to make sure I didn't make a mistake. So that's 1, 2, and 4 are the possible values. Well, actually, nothing we can do here. So I'll just mark this as a 4. And remove the 4 here, so then we have a pair here, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So 2 out of 4 is not bad. Gives us something to work with. For example, now this diagonal only has 5 remaining, so I'm gonna go from there now. See if we can make any further eliminations. So what's missing here? We have 3, 1, 2, 9, 4. So that's 0, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and 8 are the possibilities here. We already did that one. 5, 6, yeah, just 5 and 6 here. 0, or not 0. 5, 6, 7. And let's see. Here can be anything. 0, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing conclusive there, but still good to have those pencil markings. Something I like to look for, especially in the difficult and ultra difficult boards, are pairs like this, 2, 1, 2, 1. The pair doesn't help us now because everything else is filled in, but if I can find a pair like that in a diagonal where not everything else is filled in, then we can make some possibility eliminations just by the existence of that pair. I'll show you how that works if it comes up, which again, almost certainly this will as well. I'm going to do this diagonal, fill in the remaining 3. Maybe we'll find an 8, 5 pair. Just from these, I can infer 1, 2, 4, 5, 8 without scanning the rest of the diagonal are the missing things. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. 1, 2, 5. So this one, 8. Oh, this one has to be a 4, right? 1, 2, 8, 5. So that's definitely a 4. And especially in a difficult board, ultra difficult in this case, I'm going to be diligent to remove the intersecting pencil markings. So that leaves 1, 2, 5, 8. Nothing I can eliminate here. 1, 2, 5, and 8. And yeah, 1, 2, 5, 8 here as well. Nothing to eliminate. But we got that 4, which is definitely nice. I'm going to keep an eye on this part here as well, but I'll come back to that. Here's something I'm noticing here. In this diagonal that we've penciled in, it appears this is the only spot a 0 can go. I'm just going to confirm that, and then we can make that definite assignment. So there can't be a 0 there because of that. Can't be a 0 there because of that. And by the way, that's a triangle formation right there. Because of this 0, neither of these can be a 0, which is useful in our analysis. And this can't be a 0 either. So that is correct. This one has to be a 0. So I can mark that in and possibly eliminate any other pencil markings. We haven't filled in all of the pencil markings yet, so nothing to remove here and here, but still we got the 0 assignment definitely there. Nothing at the moment we can reduce in this diagonal other than that, but still good that we got that 0 out of the way. I am curious what goes here. That's the only cell in the middle row that has not been penciled in, so I'm going to pencil in everything in this diagonal, even though it only has 4 left, just so we can see what is in that cell. I could just pencil just this cell, but I might as well knock everything out in that diagonal. So we have 0, 3, 6, 9. That's 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So there's a 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 6. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. I added the 6 by accident. So 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 4, 5, 8 here. And here I expect everything. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, I didn't think we'd eliminate anything there, but it's good to have this filled in at least. I want to see if there's anything in here that's not included in the other cells. If there is, we can assign it straight off. There probably isn't. Like, yeah, there's a 2 here as a possibility, but also one there. For 4, this one or that one can be a 4. No luck there. 5, 5, and 5. There's multiple 7s and there's multiple 8s, so nothing to do there. I could proceed with the pencil markings, or I could do a triangular elimination. I've tried for one at least. Given the difficulty of this board, it would probably be more prudent for me to just fill in the remaining pencil values, so I'm going to do that now. I'll start with this one. There's a lot of diagonals missing there. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. And then 6. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5 are the possibilities here. 6 and 8 are the possibilities here. 4, 5, 7, 8. I believe this is just... Oh, wait. I think this is definitely a 5, right? 2, 4, 5 not present. 6, 7, 8. Alright, this is definitely a 5. I was not expecting to make an assignment here, so that's good news. Let me just pencil this one in, and then I'll update the intersecting rows and diagonals. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So this is just 2, 4, 7, 8. And what I mean by the update is this. Now that this is a 5, let me remove that pencil marking from there, and from there. Also in this direction, but there is nothing in that direction. No 5 there. These aren't penciled in. I can remove this one and the others in this diagonal as well. So this one actually has 7 out of 10 cells, so I'm going to proceed with this one next. If we're lucky, we'll be able to make one more assignment, but I doubt it just because there's only 2 things here and 1 thing there. But Either way, good to pencil them in. 2, 6, 5, 4, 7, 0, 8. That would be 1 and 9. So I'll just put those in 1, 9 and 1, 9. I'm going to do this one next. That one actually has 5 present already. If we're lucky, we'll assign something definite. If not, then there's these 2 diagonals we have to do too, but there's more values to juggle since we only have 1 here and 0 here. So what do we have? 1, 8, 3, 0, 2. That leaves 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. There's a 6 here. 4, 5, 7, 9. 4, 5, 7. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I want to do this one actually. I missed this just now when I was describing it. These are empty as well, but this one has 6. So again, probably not going to get lucky because there's only 2 there, only 1 there, but let's fill this in. We have 0, 2, 9, 4, 5, 7, 1, 3, 6, 8. This can be any of them. 1, 3, 6, 8. This one just 1, 3, 8. This one I can knock out. It's everything except for 6. I'll do this next. There's 3 cells not filled in, so anything except for 2, 7. 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. 1, 5, 9. 1, 5, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. I want to make sure of that one because we're juggling a lot of things. There's a 0. All right. No 1s. No. There's a 2 here. No 3s. No 4s. No 5s. There's a 6. What about 7? There's a 7 there. This can be an 8. And then 9. Yep, that is correct. This is anything but 2 and 7. Okay, that is almost all of them, just these 2 remaining. I'll knock it out like this. 0, 3, 8, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. And then here, anything but 6, 2, and 9. Okay, so I just spotted a pair that I was referring to earlier. Here we have 9, 1 and 9, 1. One of these must be a 1, the other one must be a 9, which means this cell can't be either of them. That one has to be a 3 or an 8. Actually, there's an 8 there. I didn't update that before. So this one is just simply a 3. So good to find that. Now I'll update the intersecting row and diagonal. So get rid of the 3 there. Get rid of the 3 there. Get rid of that 3. Get rid of that 3. And get rid of that 3. Let me just see if there's anything I can do there. Yeah, 1, 4, 1, 4. So I can remove that 1. And I can remove that 1. This one has to be an 8. So same thing, I'll update the intersecting rows and diagonals. Actually, this is good. We're making a lot of progress here just with this. And therefore, this one also has to be a 9. So we're getting into this area where things are cascading a little bit. And probably not enough for us to just outright complete the board, but we can get a decent amount of values on the board at least. Okay, here we have a 6 because of our pencil markings that we updated. So same thing, get rid of the intersecting 6s. I'm just going to do a quick glance, see if there's any other pairs we can eliminate. I don't see any. I didn't examine every single cell. I don't see any jumping out at me. But we might be able to do that triangular elimination strategy now. I see a lot of 6s on the board, so I'm going to mark in blue cells every cell that could potentially be a 6, and then see if we can eliminate or make definite assignments from there. So there's a 6 there, a 6 there, 6 there, so we skip those diagonals. Then mark the others as blue. Oh, wait a minute. There is a pair here, 7, 5. I'm gonna undo those markings. Because these are 7 and 5s, I can eliminate all of the other 7 and 5s in this diagonal. So we've already just uncovered 2 definite assignments. So same procedure. Eliminate those. And in the other direction. Now we can assign this as a 6. Eliminate those in the intersecting rows and diagonals. And we can assign this 0 here. Undo these pencil markings. And we've eliminated everything in that diagonal except for the 7-5 pair. I should say 5-7 pair. Alright, now I'll proceed with that strategy of 6s. There's only one 6 remaining on the board. That would be here. So this is definitely a 6 here. And with that, we have all of the 6s on the board. And we've started making a little bit of headway into this area of open cells. I want to take the same strategy for a different value. There are a lot of 9s. It might be worth it for the 9s. It wouldn't help us with this diagonal here, the bottom right, where things are missing, but it could help us in other parts of the board, namely the center. So I'm going to proceed with that now. Maybe we can at least do something there. I'm noticing a contradiction here. There's no 9s here. So I've made a mistake somewhere. Alright, you have 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. I think one of these can be a 9, and I just omitted that. Yeah, this one can be a 9. In fact, this one is a 9. I always get a little bit nervous when I catch a mistake like that. It makes me think if I made any other mistakes, and it makes me question some of these presumptions. Normally, I would just confidently say this is a 9, but now I'm looking at that a little bit more as a presumption because I made that based on uncovering a mistake. But I'm going to leave it for now. I think it's sound. I'll assume I didn't just blunder everything on the board. So with that, I'll update the intersecting rows and diagonals, which I think it was just that one update. So continuing with the 9s. This is the only place, I believe, that a 9 can be in this diagonal, right? No 9 there. None there because of that. None there, none there, none there. Okay, so this one's definitely a 9. There's a 9 here, 9 here. Oh, I should have updated that. But yeah, this is definitely a 9. And there's a 9 there. So all of the 9s are on the board now, too. And we got that 1 on the board. So I can update the other intersecting. And now I'm saying we'll have a 3 on the board, too, in a moment, which is also quite nice. Which will lead to this being a 5, which will lead to that being a 3. So things are starting to come together again. For now, let me just make the update, make sure I'm not making any more mistakes like I did before. Very easy in this game, especially in the higher difficulties, to make mistakes, penciling mistakes like that. So it's always good to be diligent with that. Okay. It doesn't matter if I do this 5 first or this 1 first. I don't think it does, so I'll just do that 1 there, right off, and get rid of the intersecting. Leading us to another definite assignment there in the near future, which is nice. And this entire diagonal is completed now. Alright, I'll just knock out this 5. There are some assignments we can make here in the near future. I'll come back to that. There's another 5 there. And then I'll do that 3 afterwards. Now we'll fill in this 3. Repeat. Are there any other single cell markings to get rid of? I don't think so. So we just got a lot of work done in a quick amount of time. There was something I noticed a moment ago. 4, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1. Okay, so there might be something we can do here. Dealing with the non-center rows that aren't the center, I mean, it can be a little bit tricky because there's only, in this case, 9 cells instead of 10. So there's, even when this thing is entirely filled in, there's going to be a value missing. But if we can determine that missing value, then I can treat it as if it were the center row, just excluding that value. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the possible distinct values for those cells. If I can eliminate one of them, then I can fill in the rest of it. I can tell, especially if I can eliminate a 1. Actually, if I can eliminate a single one, I can make at least one assignment. So let's see. Actually, I probably can't at this specific moment in time because I've been diligent in the pencil markings, updating them, maintaining them. What we see here is the situation. So these are the possible values here. So I'll probably have to wait till one of these has just one value, and then I'll know what to do from there. For now, I think another value-centric assignment might be good. I can pick something like 7, for example, which I believe appears relatively frequently. Yeah, I'll do 7's probably a good bet. Never a guarantee it'll work when you do it, but without counting them one by one, I think 7's a good bet. And there is a triangular reduction possible here, I just spotted. Once I mark in all these blue values, these 7's, I'll show you where it is and how we can do it. There's a lot here, but we're going to be able to eliminate, I suspect, a bunch of them in just a moment. Alright, lastly here. And the benefit of having everything penciled in is that I don't have to look through the intersecting rows and diagonals. I can just see what's penciled in and work with it. Okay, so for the first triangular elimination I spotted, notice in this diagonal there's only 2 places a 7 can possibly go, here and here. Then here, right, there's this third blue cell that forms a triangle here. If this blue cell here were to be a 7, neither of these could be a 7. That would lead to a contradiction. So we actually know for a fact this one can't be a 7. So it has to be a 1, which is nice. I'll fill that in a second, but first I want to look for more opportunities of triangular reduction with the 7's. There is one here, right? That is a 7, that's a 7. This one here forms a larger triangle. We can eliminate that as well. That only works in diagonals or the center row if it has exactly 2 possibilities. If it has 3, then removing that third point in the triangle isn't valid because you could have an assignment there and then another assignment, 7 in this case, on that third or fourth or fifth cell possibility in that other diagonal. So it only works when there's 2. But even that, it's still a highly effective tool. So I've looked at all of them in this direction. I'm going to look in the diagonals in this direction, make sure I didn't miss anything. There's only 2 here, but there's no 7 there, so we can't do anything with that. So I'm going to unmark these blue. No, actually, I'll leave those in for now. What I'll mark this in as a 1. I'll remove all the possibilities from the intersecting rows and diagonals and then see if that helps us out with these 7's. It probably won't, but every once in a while it does, so I might as well just go through it. Oh, here's something. 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 3. This one can't be a 7. It has to be a 3. There's actually only 2 here, but no triangles to fill in. But anyway, I'll fill in this 3 now. See if we can make any other definite assignments. If we can make another definite assignment, that would help. That could potentially clear up one of the blues as well, but it doesn't. Not in this case, at least. I've noticed something in this cell. I'm going to mark it a different color for now, just a placeholder. I believe that's the only place in that diagonal we can assign an 8, but let me clean up first these 7s, and then I'll come back to that. There's a shortcut. Click both cells at the same time. I mean, left and right at the same time. And it should be possible to clear it. But maybe... I'll have to look into that. I don't know if that's something I need to fix in this application or if I'm just clumsy not clicking it correctly right now. By the way, fun fact, I did fully build this game, not only the concept of Hexakai itself and the rules of the game, but the application itself. So I'm also responsible for all of the bug fixes and everything that comes with it, so I'll be sure to make a note of that. But for now... Oh, no. I was thinking this is the only spot that an 8 could go, but there can be one here too, so nothing to do there for now. It would be nice if I could do something. I wonder if I can focus on 8s next. I think there are enough 8s. Just out of convention, I'll mark these as that first blue color instead. Then I'll do the same strategy for 8s. I also missed that. Yeah, I was just looking at it at a glance. I guess I missed a lot of things. So there's 2, 3, and 3. 3, 3, and 2. Oh, look at this, though. These are the only spots an 8 can go. I'll just verify that. Yep, that's the case. So we do have a triangle here. I can get rid of that. Which makes this definitely a 4. Which does make that definitely an 8. That definitely a 3. So there's definitely some progress we just made. Wait, what did I... Let me make sure. I was getting ahead of myself a little bit, but I'll make this definite assignment now. So get rid of that, get rid of the 4s here. Another assignment we can make there, which is very nice. I'll assign this 3 here now, the only possible remaining value. Same approach. Let me just make sure I clear everything. So look at this, 4, 8, and 8, 0. Something's wrong. Oh, I didn't clear that before, that's why. Okay, I can actually definitely assign this as an 8. I'll do that next. So I can get rid of that. And this one here. Regarding the 8s, I'll come back to that. Unless we can eliminate one of these blue cells, nothing we can do here because this forms a sort of a rectangle if you look at it at the right angle. But the point is we can't by themselves eliminate anything. But I can fill in this 1 and then the 0 below. Maybe that'll simplify things on the rest of the board enough to make another assignment and eliminate some possibilities. Alright, fill in this 0. Okay, things are moving quite nicely now. Fill in this 3. What else is there? There's a 4 up here. Just out of convention, I typically do these in the order I cover them, even though I don't think everything has an impact. It would only have an impact, I think, if I actually made an error somewhere, and then picking it in certain orders can help me find the error faster, but I'm not going to expend energy thinking through that. instead, I'll just assign this to update everything. Update this 5, or I should say assign the 5, update everything. This is going very smoothly for an ultra difficult board. So far, at least. I already found one error I made. It's always possible I made another one. I'll just assign the 7 next so I can assign the 8 after that. Alright, I think we've reached that sort of critical mass area where we can just start filling in the rest of the board, and I suspect everything is going to start falling in place. Or that actually we're already well into the area where everything else will just fall into place without having to worry about using any of the more advanced strategies. For now, I'll assign this 8. That gives us enough information to assign the remaining 8s as well. And let's go ahead and knock that out. Yep. Let me make sure. I have to clear that color. This here is definitely an 8. All 8s are on the board. I'll go ahead and assign that 2. This is the good thing about pencil marking everything in and why it's so necessary in the higher difficulties. If I hadn't penciled everything in, this would be taking a lot longer right now. I'd have to kind of rediscover things as I go instead of just iterating over the pencil markings and updating things. Now I can just take my pick as to which definite assignments I'll be doing next. A couple months ago when I completed the board of size 16 on ultra difficult, this was a necessity to do the pencil markings for everything. That I would not have been able to solve that board at all without that technique. For boards even of size 10, even if it is ultra difficult, you can get away with not doing it, and I have in the past, but I'd recommend, especially if you were a newer or intermediate player of Hexakai, adopting that as a strategy just to make things easier for yourself, even though it is a little bit more work up front. Alright, 7 next. That's a 1. I probably don't even have to continue doing this. I can just proceed sort of as normal for now. Famous last words, I suppose. There's a 4 there, so that's 2, 5, 4, 7, 2. By the way, I do have keyboard shortcuts on this game. You can click on a cell and click the number or letter on a keyboard, and it'll autofill it. But for the videos, I tend not to do that. I believe this one's a 4. Yep. Alright, so everything's filled in. I'm going to submit it, and hopefully we got the right answer. Nice, there we have it. Okay, so completed that in a little under an hour, 45 minutes according to this, maybe slightly less. I did have the board up a little bit before I started, but even if it is the full 45 minutes, 15 seconds, that's an excellent amount of time to play through a board at ultra difficult level on a board of size 10. It's actually pretty fast. Even at the ultra difficult level, some boards are definitely more ultra difficult than others. We got a little bit fortunate in the way the numbers fell on this one, but still, definitely an interesting challenge. I definitely enjoyed that playthrough. If you tried it for yourself or watched through, I hope you enjoyed it as well. And if you did, please like and subscribe for more Hexakai playthroughs, as well as some of the other content on this YouTube channel, logic puzzles and such. And also be sure to check out the book I have linked in the description, 120 plus puzzles, as well as the Hexakai apps on Android and iOS, or you can just play it in your browser at hexakai.com, which is what I just did here. Alright, it's definitely a fun game. There's a new puzzle every day, so there's always more to check out, more strategies to apply, more to dig in. Or you can just go to the Play tab and select a board of size and difficulty you want, some of the advanced generation options if you want to explore those as well, but there's definitely tons to do on this website. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.